Comparison is a natural human tendency. It's something that has been woven into our social fabric since the beginning of time. From childhood, we see others around us excelling in certain areas or seemingly getting ahead, and an instinct might emerge to measure ourselves against them. This drive can begin with innocent curiosity or the need to assess where we stand, but it often spirals into something much more harmful, especially in a world driven by constant social media and public sharing. We compare grades, appearances, jobs, finances, relationships, and even happiness. But the truth is, comparison is a thief, one that can rob you of joy, self-worth, and peace of mind. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, we surrender our unique qualities, our personal journey, and the opportunity to cultivate genuine self-acceptance. What if, instead, we chose to embrace our unique path and focus on becoming the best version of ourselves, without letting anyone else's accomplishments or status cloud our vision? Imagine a life where you wake up each day and focus solely on your own goals, your own growth, and your own happiness. The freedom that comes with this mindset is transformative. You would no longer feel weighed down by the pressure to measure up to others or stress over what someone else might have achieved. This doesn't mean that we stop aspiring to improve or reach for more in life. It means that our journey should be about personal fulfillment rather than comparison. We are each born with a unique set of traits, skills, and a story that will be our own. Comparing your journey with someone else's is like comparing apples to oranges. It's inherently unfair. Each person's path is shaped by countless variables: family background, opportunities, choices, hardships, and even luck. When we compare our behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's highlight reel, we're setting ourselves up for unnecessary dissatisfaction. Most people showcase only their successes, often hiding the hard work, challenges, or failures it took to get there. Therefore, what we perceive isn't the complete picture, but rather a carefully curated image. If we can recognize this truth, it becomes easier to let go of the habit of comparison. Instead, we can direct that energy inward, asking ourselves meaningful questions. What are my strengths? What makes me feel fulfilled? What steps can I take today to become a better version of myself? When we look inward for answers and validation, we shift the focus from an external benchmark to an internal one, which is infinitely more rewarding. Life is a long journey, and each of us moves at a different pace. Some people find success early, while others blossom later in life. Some might find happiness in material achievements, while others feel fulfilled through relationships, creativity, or spirituality. When we allow ourselves to grow at our own pace, we begin to appreciate our personal journey. There's immense power in trusting the process and letting things unfold as they're meant to, rather than trying to force ourselves to meet arbitrary timelines or societal expectations. Embracing this pace means learning patience, practicing resilience, and celebrating even the smallest victories, for they are all steps forward. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others, especially when we're feeling low or insecure. In these moments, it's crucial to remind ourselves that other people's successes do not diminish our own worth. Someone else's triumph doesn't make us any less capable, talented, or deserving. Just as a flower doesn't compare itself to the one blooming next to it, we too should appreciate our own beauty, growth, and achievements without feeling inadequate. One way to cultivate this mindset is by practicing gratitude. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, we begin to see our lives from a place of abundance. Gratitude allows us to shift our perspective, seeing ourselves as whole rather than deficient. By acknowledging the unique blessings in our lives, our relationships, health, talents, and experiences, we can center our sense of self-worth. This, in turn, lessens the urge to compare and creates space for more self-compassion. Self-compassion is essential in breaking free from the cycle of comparison. Often, we are our harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossible standards. When we learn to treat ourselves with kindness, we become more forgiving of our perceived shortcomings. We understand that it's okay to struggle, to make mistakes, and to have days when we don't feel particularly accomplished. Accepting ourselves as we are, flaws and all, is an act of strength. It allows us to recognize that we are worthy of love and respect, independent of anyone else's achievements or opinions. Another vital component of overcoming comparison is learning to celebrate other successes. When we see others achieving their goals, we can view it as inspiration rather than competition. Cheering for someone else doesn't mean that we're neglecting our own dreams. In fact, it can motivate us to keep pushing forward. Appreciating the achievements of others reinforces a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. There is enough room for everyone to succeed, and by lifting each other up, we all rise together. Moreover, embracing our individuality means recognizing that we have a unique purpose and perspective. Each one of us has something valuable to offer that no one else can replicate. This doesn't mean that we are better or worse than anyone else. It simply means that we are different, and that's something to celebrate. When we channel our energy into exploring our own potential, we unlock possibilities that would remain hidden if we were too busy looking outward. Our individuality is what makes our contributions to the world meaningful. Consider the time and energy wasted on comparison hours spent scrolling through social media, feeling envious or insecure, or analyzing every aspect of someone else's life. Imagine redirecting that time toward your own growth. By focusing on personal development, you invest in a future that reflects your passions, values, and aspirations. This path may not look like anyone else's, but it is yours, and that makes it invaluable. To break the habit of comparison, it's helpful to limit exposure to environments that trigger these feelings. If social media makes you feel insecure, take breaks or curate your feed to follow only accounts that uplift and inspire you. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, rather than those who fuel feelings of inadequacy. Build a support network of friends, family, or mentors who remind you of your worth and encourage you to pursue your unique path. Ultimately, the journey to stop comparing yourself to others is a lifelong practice. There will be moments when you fall back into old patterns, and that's okay. What matters is recognizing these patterns and gently redirecting your focus. With time, you'll notice that you feel lighter, more at peace, and genuinely happier when you're focused on your own progress. You begin to see that your life is meant to be lived from the inside out, not dictated by external measures of worth. Living authentically means understanding that your value isn't contingent on what you achieve, how you look, or how you compare to others. It's rooted in who you are. This shift in mindset doesn't happen overnight. But as you practice self-compassion and self-acceptance, you start to build a stronger, more resilient foundation. You no longer need validation from others because your own sense of worth is enough. This doesn't mean that you won't experience moments of self-doubt or insecurity. These are natural. However, when they arise, you'll have the tools to gently bring your focus back to yourself and to what truly matters. Imagine how freeing it would be to embrace your uniqueness fully, to allow yourself to thrive without feeling the constant pressure to measure up to someone else's standards. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or rejecting the influence of others. Rather, it's about acknowledging that every person has their own path and that yours is valid, regardless of how it aligns with societal expectations. When you cultivate self-acceptance, you come to realize that the only competition that truly matters is the one with the person you were yesterday. Growth becomes your goal, not perfection. You don't need to be better than anyone else. You only need to be better than your past self, evolving in ways that are meaningful to you. This mindset opens up a wealth of possibilities. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you have the freedom to take risks, explore your passions, and make choices that resonate with your values, not just ones that seem impressive to others. You begin to make decisions based on what feels right for you, not on what others might think. This may lead you down unconventional paths, or push you to pursue goals that don't make sense to anyone else. But it won't matter, because your motivation comes from a place of authenticity, not comparison. You're not chasing someone else's dream. You're crafting your own. Embracing this perspective also fosters a deeper connection with yourself. You learn to trust your intuition, to recognize what you need to feel fulfilled, and to act on it without second-guessing. This self-awareness becomes a guiding light, helping you to navigate life's challenges with resilience and confidence. When you're anchored in self-acceptance, the opinions and judgments of others lose their power over you. You become less susceptible to criticism or rejection because you know that your worth isn't contingent on external approval. You can acknowledge feedback, learn from it if it's constructive, and disregard it if it doesn't serve your growth. This approach to life also strengthens your relationships with others. When you're secure in your own worth, you're more capable of connecting authentically. You no longer feel the need to impress or compete. Instead, you can simply be present, listening and appreciating others without feeling threatened by their successes or feeling the need to diminish their struggles. This perspective creates space for genuine empathy and compassion, making it easier to form deep, supportive connections. Friendships and partnerships become more meaningful because they're no longer clouded by envy or comparison. You're able to celebrate others' accomplishments wholeheartedly, understanding that their success doesn't take anything away from your own potential or achievements. Letting go of comparison also helps you to appreciate the journey itself, rather than constantly focusing on the destination. Life is full of ups and downs, progress and setbacks, moments of joy and moments of struggle. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you can embrace each part of the journey with greater patience and presence. You start to see challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than signs of failure. You recognize that setbacks don't define you. They're simply part of the learning process, and each one brings you closer to your goals, even if the path isn't always straightforward. Over time, this mindset fosters resilience. You become more capable of weathering difficulties because you're not constantly undermining yourself by looking at others and feeling inadequate. Instead, you focus on what you can do, on how you can learn from each experience, and on the progress you've made, no matter how small. Each step forward becomes a testament to your strength, patience, and commitment to growth. You develop a sense of inner security that isn't easily shaken, allowing you to stay true to yourself even in challenging situations. In this way, you gradually build a life that feels fulfilling and true to who you are. Your journey may look very different from others, but it will be uniquely yours, a reflection of your dreams, values, and experiences. You'll find that this kind of life brings a deep sense of contentment, one that isn't easily swayed by fleeting trends or external judgments. You will come to understand that happiness isn't about reaching a particular milestone or comparing your progress to someone else's. It's about living in alignment with your authentic self and finding joy in the journey. This inner fulfillment brings a quiet confidence that radiates outward. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you don't need to seek validation or approval. You become your own source of strength. You learn to appreciate your journey, your growth, and your accomplishments, regardless of how they measure up to anyone else's. This shift in perspective is empowering, allowing you to live with purpose, clarity, and self-assurance. You can pursue your goals with passion, knowing that they're meaningful to you, rather than feeling pressured by society's expectations. It's also important to recognize that this journey of self-acceptance is ongoing. There will be times when old habits resurface, and you find yourself slipping back into comparison. When this happens, it's essential to treat yourself with kindness and remember that personal growth isn't linear. You'll have moments of progress and moments of doubt, and that's okay. Each step, each setback, and each triumph are all part of the process. By embracing each experience as an opportunity to learn and grow, you build a foundation of resilience and self-compassion that will support you in all areas of life. Living without comparison doesn't mean you'll never admire others or feel inspired by them. In fact, it opens you up to appreciating others' journeys without feeling diminished. You can draw motivation from others' achievements, but without the weight of insecurity or envy. This allows you to see others as allies in the shared journey of life, rather than as competitors. You understand that everyone has their own challenges, their own struggles, and their own victories, and you can appreciate these without feeling the need to measure your own worth against theirs. Ultimately, Choosing not to compare yourself to others is an act of self-liberation. It's about embracing your life as it is, with all its imperfections and unknowns, and trusting that you have within you everything you need to create a meaningful and fulfilling life. You come to realize that you are enough, just as you are, and that your worth isn't dependent on anyone else's path or achievements. This is a powerful realization, one that brings a profound sense of peace and satisfaction. When you live from this place of self-acceptance, you unlock a boundless capacity for joy, resilience, and growth. You start to see the beauty in your own journey, in every challenge you've overcome, every lesson you've learned, and every dream you've pursued. You begin to understand that life isn't a race or a competition. It's a unique journey that you're meant to experience in your own way, at your own pace. By letting go of comparison, you free yourself to live fully, authentically, and wholeheartedly. This way of living doesn't just change how you see yourself. It transforms how you experience the world. You're no longer held back by fear or self-doubt, but instead, you're guided by curiosity, passion, and the desire to grow. You live each day with a sense of purpose, knowing that you're creating a life that's true to who you are, not one that's shaped by the need to keep up with others. And that is the ultimate freedom to live a life that reflects your deepest values, your unique strengths, and your personal vision of happiness, a life where you are unapologetically, beautifully yourself. In a life unburdened by comparison, you can start to explore what genuinely brings you joy without the noise of external expectations clouding your judgment. You begin to understand that success, happiness, and fulfillment are subjective. They don't have a universal definition, and they certainly aren't measured by how your life stacks up against others. Instead, these concepts are personal, defined by your own experiences, goals, and values. This freedom lets you redefine success in a way that resonates with who you are, not who others think you should be. As you embrace this mindset, a sense of gratitude naturally begins to fill your life. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what you already have, and it reveals the richness of your own unique journey. Rather than seeing life through the lens of scarcity, constantly comparing what you have to what others possess, you start to see your life as abundant. You appreciate the relationships, experiences, and achievements that are uniquely yours, recognizing that these are things only you can claim. Gratitude fosters contentment, making it easier to find peace and satisfaction in the present moment rather than endlessly chasing an idealized future based on someone else's life. This approach to life creates an internal calm that becomes your anchor. Without the endless comparisons, you're no longer swinging between elation and disappointment, constantly reacting to how you measure up to others. Instead, you're able to find a steady rhythm within yourself. This groundedness allows you to approach life with greater resilience, knowing that your sense of self-worth isn't fragile or dependent on outside forces. Whether you're in a season of success or facing a period of challenge, you're able to navigate it with a calm assurance that you're on the right path for you. In this state of self-acceptance, you're also able to become more present. When you're not caught up in comparing yourself to others, you're free to fully experience each moment without distraction. You notice the small joys, the quiet triumphs, and the beauty in ordinary experiences that might otherwise go overlooked. Life becomes richer and more vivid when you're not constantly thinking about where you should be or what someone else is achieving. You're able to savor the present because you're not distracted by an imagined ideal or preoccupied with how things might look from the outside. This presence opens up a deeper connection, not only with yourself, but with the people around you. When you're no longer driven by comparison, you're free to show up authentically in relationships. You're not focused on how others perceive you or how you measure up to them. Instead, you're able to be genuine and fully present, which fosters true intimacy and trust. People sense when someone is comfortable in their own skin, and it creates a welcoming space for others to do the same. Relationships built on this foundation are strong and nourishing because they're based on mutual respect, acceptance, and understanding. With time, you come to realize that self-acceptance and non-comparison are the bedrock of a truly fulfilling life. They allow you to embrace your journey with a sense of adventure, free from the weight of living up to anyone else's expectations. You become more willing to try new things, to make mistakes, and to take risks, knowing that these experiences are part of what makes your journey uniquely yours. The fear of failure diminishes because you understand that your worth isn't tied to any specific outcome. Instead, you see each experience as an opportunity to learn and grow. This freedom to explore and evolve leads you to discover passions and interests you may not have noticed if you were constantly looking outward. You start to uncover what genuinely excites you, what challenges you, and what fulfills you on a deep, personal level. You develop a strong sense of purpose, one that's defined by your own values rather than the need to prove yourself to others. Purpose becomes less about what you achieve and more about how you choose to live, how you treat others, and how you contribute to the world in a way that feels meaningful to you. Embracing your own path also brings a sense of peace with where you are in life. You stop viewing life as a race to achieve certain milestones by a specific age or a competition to acquire certain markers of success. Instead, you understand that every stage of life has its own value and lessons. Some seasons may be focused on personal growth, others on building relationships, and others on career achievements or creative pursuits. Each phase has its own beauty, and you can appreciate it without feeling rushed or pressured to move on to the next thing. Letting go of comparison means learning to trust the timing of your life. You begin to understand that life isn't linear and that growth often comes in cycles. There may be times when you feel like you're moving forward rapidly, and other times when you feel stagnant. But you come to trust that each phase is necessary, that each moment contributes to your journey in ways you may not understand immediately. This trust allows you to face uncertainty with a sense of calm, knowing that you're exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't look like anyone else's path. This mindset shift also frees you from the burden of perfectionism. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you realize that you don't have to be flawless to be worthy or deserving of happiness. You can accept yourself with all your imperfections, knowing that they're part of what makes you human. This acceptance allows you to show up as you are, without feeling the need to constantly prove yourself or hide your vulnerabilities. You're able to give yourself permission to be imperfect, to make mistakes, and to learn from them without harsh judgment. In a world that often glorifies comparison and competition, choosing to live free from these pressures is a radical act of self-love. It's a commitment to yourself, to your happiness, and to your growth. It's a decision to prioritize your well-being over societal expectations and to honor your own journey, regardless of how it aligns with anyone else's. Living in this way may not always be easy, especially when external influences try to pull you back into the cycle of comparison. But it's a path that leads to a deeper, more lasting fulfillment. Over time, this journey towards self-acceptance and non-comparison becomes an unshakable foundation that sustains you through all of life's ups and downs. You become rooted in your own sense of worth, confident in your path, and resilient in the face of challenges. You come to understand that true happiness and contentment come from within, from the choices you make, the relationships you build, and the way you choose to live each day. In choosing not to compare yourself to others, you ultimately choose freedom, the freedom to be yourself, to live authentically, and to define success on your own terms. You give yourself the gift of peace, joy, and a life that feels meaningful and true. This journey may be lifelong, with moments of struggle and triumph, but each step brings you closer to a life that is uniquely, beautifully, and wholeheartedly yours. And that, above all else, is a life worth living. As you delve deeper into this journey of self-acceptance and freedom from comparison, you start to notice profound changes not only within yourself, but also in how you interact with the world around you. Your perspective shifts. You become more observant and attuned to the richness of life, appreciating the nuances that make each moment special. The mundane begins to sparkle with possibility, and you find joy in the little things that might have previously gone unnoticed: the warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter of friends, or the beauty of nature. This newfound awareness enhances your capacity for gratitude, allowing you to cultivate a habit of appreciating the present. You learn to pause, breathe, and take stock of what truly matters to you, rather than rushing through life, checking off boxes on a to-do list, or striving to keep pace with others. You become more intentional about how you spend your time. You ask yourself what brings you joy and fulfillment, and you prioritize those activities. Whether it's engaging in a favorite hobby, spending time with loved ones, or simply taking a moment to enjoy a quiet cup of coffee, you learn to cherish these experiences fully. Through this process, you also become more compassionate both towards yourself and others. You recognize that everyone has their own struggles, insecurities, and journeys. This understanding fosters empathy, allowing you to connect with people on a deeper level. You stop viewing others through a lens of competition or comparison, and instead see them as fellow travelers on their own unique paths. This shift enriches your relationships, creating bonds based on mutual respect and support rather than rivalry. You find yourself celebrating others' successes with genuine joy, knowing that their accomplishments do not detract from your own journey, but rather enhance the shared experience of being human. Moreover, as you embrace your individuality and step away from comparison, you start to discover your authentic voice. You feel emboldened to express your thoughts, feelings, and ideas without fear of judgment. This authenticity allows you to engage in meaningful conversations, share your perspectives, and connect with others in a more profound way. You become less concerned about fitting in or adhering to societal norms and more focused on being true to yourself. This newfound courage to be authentic is liberating. It opens doors to opportunities that align with your values and passions, enriching your life in ways you never anticipated. In this journey, you also begin to set boundaries that honor your well-being. You recognize the importance of creating space for your own needs and desires, which is crucial for maintaining your mental and emotional health. You learn to say no to activities, relationships, or environments that drain your energy or contribute to feelings of inadequacy. By establishing these boundaries, you protect your peace and ensure that your energy is directed toward pursuits that uplift and inspire you. This self-care practice becomes essential as you navigate life, allowing you to recharge and stay grounded in your sense of self. As you grow in self-acceptance, you start to embrace vulnerability as a strength rather than a weakness. You understand that being open about your struggles and challenges fosters connection and community. Sharing your authentic self, flaws and all, creates a safe space for others to do the same. You begin to appreciate the beauty and imperfection, recognizing that it's part of the human experience. This acceptance allows you to show up more authentically in your relationships, nurturing deeper connections built on honesty and trust. The more you practice this way of living, the more you realize that comparison is often rooted in fear of inadequacy, fear of judgment, or fear of not measuring up. When you confront and dismantle these fears, you free yourself from their grip. You learn to reframe your thoughts and responses, choosing to focus on your strengths, your journey, and the joy that comes from simply being yourself. Instead of worrying about how you compare to others, you shift your focus to personal growth and self-improvement. You start to see challenges as opportunities for development rather than threats to your self-worth. This shift in perspective transforms your approach to goals and aspirations. Instead of setting goals based on societal expectations or external validation, you begin to set intentions that align with your values and desires. You define success in terms that resonate with your authentic self. You may find that your goals evolve over time as you grow and change, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to remain flexible and open to the journey, allowing your aspirations to unfold naturally rather than forcing them into a predefined mold. As you continue on this path, you also begin to cultivate resilience. Life will always present challenges and setbacks, but your newfound self-acceptance equips you with the tools to face these obstacles with grace and strength. You learn to view difficulties not as failures, but as integral parts of your journey. When you stumble, you're more inclined to get back up and keep moving forward rather than dwell on the perceived shortcomings. This resilience becomes a powerful asset, enabling you to navigate life's complexities with a sense of confidence and purpose. Moreover, as you break free from the chains of comparison, you might find yourself becoming a source of inspiration for others. Your authenticity and courage to live life on your own terms can motivate those around you to reflect on their own paths. You may find that by sharing your journey, your struggles, triumphs, and everything in between, you encourage others to embrace their own uniqueness. This ripple effect can create a supportive community, one where people uplift and empower one another to pursue their dreams without fear or comparison. As you progress further along this journey, you might encounter moments of doubt or temptation to slip back into old habits. It's important to remember that growth is not a linear process, and it's normal to experience setbacks along the way. In these moments, practice self-compassion. Acknowledge the feelings that arise without judgment, and gently remind yourself of the progress you've made. Reconnect with the practices that have brought you peace and clarity, whether it's journaling, meditation, or spending time in nature. These tools can help center you and reinforce your commitment to living authentically. As you continue to cultivate a life free from comparison, you find a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. Each day becomes an opportunity to explore, learn, and grow, and you embrace the journey with open arms. The beauty of this process lies in the realization that life is not about the destination, but about the experiences you gather along the way. Every moment is a chance to discover something new about yourself, to connect with others, and to create memories that will last a lifetime. Ultimately, this journey is about self-discovery and self-empowerment. It's about honoring your unique path and embracing your individuality without fear of judgment or comparison. You come to understand that your worth is inherent and not dependent on the opinions of others. As you cultivate this mindset, you find that your capacity for joy, love, and connection expands. You become more open to experiencing life fully, knowing that each moment is precious and that your journey is uniquely yours. In closing, the journey of letting go of comparison and embracing your authentic self is an ongoing process, one that requires patience, compassion, and dedication. But as you take each step forward, you'll find that the rewards are immeasurable. You'll uncover a sense of freedom, peace, and joy that comes from living in alignment with who you truly are. Embrace this journey with an open heart and a curious mind, and you will discover the beauty of a life lived authentically, one that is rich with meaning and purpose, one that celebrates not just who you are, but who you are becoming. As you further embrace this journey of self-discovery, you may begin to recognize the subtle ways in which societal norms and pressures have influenced your thinking and behavior. These influences can manifest in countless ways, from the media you consume to the conversations you engage in. It's vital to acknowledge these external factors, as they can often promote a culture of comparison that undermines your sense of self-worth and happiness. The relentless imagery of perfection, be it in social media, advertising, or even the lives of friends and family, can create unrealistic standards that are difficult, if not impossible, to meet. However, as you cultivate awareness around these influences, you can take active steps to reclaim your narrative. This might involve curating the content you engage with, choosing to follow voices that inspire and uplift rather than those that provoke comparison or feelings of inadequacy. You can create a digital environment that supports your journey towards self-acceptance, filled with affirmations, motivational content, and reminders of your unique path. Surrounding yourself with positivity and authenticity allows you to reinforce your commitment to living without comparison. You may also find it beneficial to engage in reflective practices that encourage you to explore your values, passions, and dreams. Journaling can be a powerful tool in this regard, providing a safe space to articulate your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Through writing, you can uncover what truly matters to you, identify your strengths, and set intentions that align with your authentic self. This practice allows you to process your experiences and emotions, helping you to internalize the lessons learned along the way. Meditation and mindfulness practices can also play a crucial role in this journey. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you create a space for introspection and awareness. Mindfulness helps you stay present in the moment, reducing the tendency to ruminate on past comparisons or future worries. As you cultivate a more mindful approach to life, you develop a greater appreciation for your unique journey and the beauty inherent in your experiences. Additionally, fostering a supportive community can significantly enhance your journey. Surrounding yourself with individuals who encourage authenticity and self-acceptance provides a powerful source of strength and inspiration. Seek out friends, mentors, or support groups that resonate with your values and aspirations. In these relationships, you'll find encouragement to embrace your uniqueness and celebrate your growth. Sharing your experiences with like-minded individuals creates a sense of belonging, reinforcing the idea that you're not alone on this path. As you grow in self-acceptance, you may also find that your definition of success evolves. Rather than equating success with external achievements, such as career milestones or material possessions, you begin to measure it by the fulfillment you derive from your choices and the joy you find in the process. This shift allows you to pursue passions that resonate deeply with your soul, regardless of how they may be perceived by others. You might explore creative endeavors, volunteer work, or personal development pursuits that ignite a sense of purpose within you. In this pursuit of authentic success, you may discover the importance of setting realistic, achievable goals. It's essential to break down your aspirations into smaller, manageable steps that reflect your unique journey. By doing so, you can celebrate your progress along the way, acknowledging each milestone as a testament to your commitment and growth. This approach fosters a sense of accomplishment and reinforces the idea that success is not solely defined by reaching a final destination, but is found in the journey itself. You will also likely encounter moments of uncertainty, where the fear of comparison resurfaces or the influence of societal norms feels overwhelming. In these times, it's crucial to practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that it's okay to feel vulnerable or unsure. These feelings are part of being human. Instead of criticizing yourself for slipping into old habits, acknowledge the feelings without judgment and return to the practices that support your journey. Whether it's engaging in positive self-talk, revisiting your values, or seeking support from others, finding your way back to self-acceptance is a vital part of this process. As you continue to walk this path, you'll find that your resilience grows stronger. You become adept at navigating challenges with grace and determination, equipped with the knowledge that setbacks are not reflections of your worth, but opportunities for growth. When faced with difficulties, you'll draw upon the skills you've cultivated: self-awareness, mindfulness, and empathy to respond with patience and understanding. Furthermore, as you strengthen your resilience, you may also become more willing to step outside your comfort zone. You'll find that the desire to grow and evolve outweighs the fear of failure. This willingness to embrace new experiences, whether they be personal or professional, opens doors to opportunities you may have previously overlooked. You might pursue that dream job, embark on a new creative project, or travel to places that inspire you. Each new venture enriches your life, providing fresh perspectives and insights that contribute to your ongoing journey of self-discovery. Through this journey, you will begin to understand that the process of letting go of comparison and embracing self-acceptance is not a destination, but an evolving experience. Life is full of twists and turns, and as you navigate these changes, you'll find that your relationship with yourself continues to deepen and grow. You'll learn to celebrate not only your successes, but also your failures, recognizing that each experience shapes who you are and contributes to your unique story. In moments of reflection, you may find yourself looking back on your journey with a sense of gratitude. You will appreciate the struggles you faced, the lessons you learned, and the strength you discovered within yourself. This sense of gratitude reinforces a belief that every experience, whether joyful or challenging, plays a vital role in your personal growth. Ultimately, this journey leads to a profound understanding of what it means to live authentically. You come to embody the belief that your worth is inherent, not contingent upon external comparisons. You learn to define success on your own terms, pursuing a life that aligns with your values and passions. Each day becomes an opportunity to express your true self, to engage fully in the world, and to cultivate connections that reflect your authentic spirit. As you continue to walk this path, remember that the journey of self-acceptance is ongoing. It requires dedication, patience, and self-compassion. Embrace the process and allow yourself to be a work in progress. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your commitment to living a life free from comparison. In conclusion, the journey of letting go of comparison and embracing your authentic self is a powerful and transformative experience. It invites you to explore the depths of who you are, to cultivate self-love, and to celebrate the uniqueness of your journey. As you navigate this path, you will discover the profound joy that comes from living in alignment with your true self, unencumbered by the expectations of others. Embrace the adventure ahead, and trust that every moment holds the potential for growth, connection, and fulfillment. Live boldly, authentically, and unapologetically as you continue to uncover the beautiful tapestry of your life, one that is entirely your own.